Welcome to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Michelle Aventajado, your resident mama in Manila, and I'd like to thank you for joining me yet again on another Tuesday evening. Today we're out and about in San Antonio, Makati. We're hanging out here at Lemmy's Bistro and Aperó bar, which of course is a dog-friendly restaurant that has a hometown feel, which is both comforting and casual. Here you can expect the servers to offer hand-picked French wines to accompany your set menu, which is inspired by traditional French dishes that won't break the bank. As always, we're live on the Rappler YouTube, X, and Facebook profiles. We're also live on the Momma and Manila Facebook profile, so give us a shout out. Let me know if you've been here to Lemmy's. Share something that you've had or something you want to try as we welcome Lemmy's fur parents, Chris and Stefan.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
See you.
Thanks for having us.
it's our pleasure.
Where's Lemmy? Should we look for him?
You went down.
He's not here. He went down. He's exploring. Okay, so Chris, who's responsible for the dishes? Who's responsible for the vibe? Let's talk about what you want someone to feel and enjoy when they come in to Lemmy's Bistro.
I think that can do that.
So I think for the place, the place was a teamwork. So this is, and it's not really the first shot. We have adjusted, maybe with our moods, with time. We've evolved into what is Lemmy today. When it comes to the food, of course, we have some criteria as well. I mean, we are very, very selective with the ingredients that we use, with what we cook here in Lemmy's. But I think it was also part of the creation of Chris. So taken maybe as first the ingredients, but then trying to work it out in something a bit more personal.
Yeah.
And so Chris, maybe you
More
can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your journey, your culinary journey.
Well, it wasn't something that we really planned for sure, but I'm happy that we got here, and every day is a learning experience for us. So
You're here,
Yeah.
lifelong learner.
yeah.
Okay.
So in terms of the vibe and all that, our inspiration is mostly coming from our trips to France, or at least all around Europe. And we wanted to bring in that exact feel and exact vibe that I feel as a Filipina when I travel to those small places. So the goal is for Filipinos, or at least our customers, to feel what I have felt the first time I stepped in France, or in a small restaurant in France. So that's what we wanted to bring in here. So in terms of colors, in terms of the designs and all that, we hope that whenever a new customer comes in, they get what we are trying to offer them as an experience.
Right, and it is an experience because you can also see downstairs, very different feel than upstairs.
Yeah.
I feel like, with the art that's hanging on the wall, and the tablecloths and just the feel, and like you said, the colors. This really could be any restaurant in the French countryside.
It's true.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, and in fact, yeah, you're right. With the vibes, I mean, upstairs here we try to have something a little more cozy. So if you come as a family or as a couple, you can experience that and be have that cozy feeling. Now, if you go downstairs, it's a little more alive, maybe. And if you come outside, it's even different again.
Then
so
we
it's
have
a
some
small
drinks.
place, but it's different vibes
yeah.
in a small place.
Different vibes in the different nooks and crannies of where you could enjoy the meals and the drinks
And the drinks,
and the
yes.
wine.
Yes.
So congratulations. I know this is something, Chris, you said it wasn't planned, but I think it's come out very lovely.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Santé.
This is delicious. What am I drinking?
This is actually a bourbon-based signature cocktails that we craft here at Lemy's Bistro. Because of course, apart from serving all the classic drinks, we want to have our own identity or our own signature cocktails that people will keep coming back for. Apart from the wines and the good food, of course, the experiences on the cocktails for all cocktails lovers out there. Yeah. So,
Excellent. And so I have a bourbon base.
bourbon based.
And
This is
you?
a gin based signature cocktail, and this is also
Gin.
gin based. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. This
Bourbon.
is bourbon. Yeah.
Bourbon then.
Yeah. But we
Nice.
have all other spirits that people can, our customers can actually ask from our bartender, who is also like a competitive mixologist from last year's cocktail competition. So we
how
are very
fun.
proud to have him on board as well.
Nice. So it's a full bar. You can come in and have cocktails as well as appetizers, which are here on the table. And as I was kind of stalking your IG, because the food looks fantastic, I noticed that you have some smaller plates and some things that are very unusual. I think this first dish, I
Yeah.
don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about this one. I'll take off the top. It's served so cute.
Yeah, this is actually called the tarragon mussels confit. It's one of my, I think, this is the dish that I'm very proud of, one of my creations. And because I've loved mussels growing up, and I was trying to imagine what I can make out of it that has a French touch, of course, because in the Philippines, we only know of the mussels that comes in the shell, and you
Yes.
put cheese on it. But since I started appreciating the French herbs and stuff, I was imagining something that we could proudly present. And tarragon is one of the very distinct French herbs. So
okay.
it's not a one-shot thing. I think this took me 1 month to come up with a perfect recipe. So I hope you enjoy. This is pure mussels meat with some olive oils, fresh olives, and of course the tarragon. The trade secret is the tarragon.
Is the tarragon.
Yeah.
And then confit means that the process of cooking it's
Slowly,
really
yeah.
cooked
Slow
slowly
cooked.
in the
In
olive
fat,
oil.
yes.
And is it always olive oil? Could it be something another fat?
I have never explored because I'm very comfortable with, we are health conscious at some point, so we don't want to ruin that. And I think this is the best fat that you can cook it with.
So Stefan, your quality assurance here,
Yes.
all the different iterations of the mussels confit.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, yes. Sometimes
Love to
Chris
try
comes
it.
with she comes with ideas and put them together.
Yeah.
Sometimes I must admit that I'm a little bit afraid when she comes with a thing without I actually.
You say that so lovingly.
And,
Yes.
and so, but anyway, so I still try it and
Like a good sport.
and influence it a little bit as well. So, so she does take my comments generally and
have some?
my taste in consideration. So that's basically also a little bit of combined work. Yeah.
So is this something that is traditionally, like, would we have mussels confit?
But in fact, when you look at this particular dish, I think when it comes to tarragon, is not necessarily paired easily with mussels. I mean, I don't see it very often with mussel. In reality, I think the first time that you tried something with tarragon, I mean, it's more traditionally chicken, for instance,
yes.
that you would actually pair it with.
Yeah.
So this is something which I believe is yes, Chris creation.
It totally works.
Yeah.
I love mussels, so moules and frites is something that I like.
Yeah, yeah.
Mussels marinara, cheesy baked mussels as well. Mussels are our favorite shellfish that we like in our home, so
Yeah.
this is definitely different. Tasty.
Yeah. The first try actually was a rosemary, and I think I had him try also. But for me personally, I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was just my explorations on the fresh herbs that's available in the Philippines. So we tried rosemary for 3 times, I think, just to maybe to adjust something. And then I didn't really appreciate that. And then I realized there's also tarragon in the garden.
Yes.
So I tried it out, and I think it perfectly worked well.
It goes very well. I enjoyed it very much so. Tell us, so I know I tried to call you chef, and you didn't want, she said, no, don't call me chef. And I said, okay, but you know, you've studied, self-taught, you're traveled, you have a palate that is, you know, you enjoy the different types of cuisine that you guys try when you travel. How much of the menu is inspired by, you know, when you guys go off with Lemmy? Does Lemmy go off to France with you when you leave?
No, we cannot, but we want to.
He stays here. He stays behind.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
Well,
I'm
we
sure.
treat him like a baby. We do a video call. He doesn't respond.
I'm sure he misses you.
He does for sure, and we miss him back every single time.
So how much of the menu is inspired by when you know, do you go to a restaurant and think, oh, this is something that I can tweak and work?
Not necessarily. Some maybe yes. From our travels to France. So sometimes I try something, and then I think if there is any the raw materials are available in the Philippines, or if I can Philippinize it a bit so that the Filipinos can easily appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, most of them are like imaginations. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea was not to get to try to copy somebody else's menu, or even to go through something maybe too traditional, but more to combine it and to be a little creative with.
So French inspired.
Yeah, correct. Yes, but we wanted to be a bit free, you know, in terms of. I mean, the whole build-up has to be with our own creation as well, so mostly Chris, obviously.
So owning it, and then of course allowing or encouraging your guests to try with the understanding that it's comfort and that
That's true.
it's casual.
It's very casual. Yeah, we want to emphasize on that. We are a casual restaurant for sure.
Tell us about what I'm eating so they can see.
This is a classic appetizer. It's tuna tartare. So our own recipe as well. Of course, this everybody knows tuna tartare, but we have our own secret, secret ingredient that we can maybe not mention about now.
We don't have to.
Yeah, but we are
It can
very
be a
proud
secret.
of this. Yeah, it's our secret. We are proud of this. And actually, it wasn't originally in the menu in March, April, and then a customer walked in, and then he said, "Oh, how come you don't have the tuna tartare here?" They were asking for the beef tartare.
Beef tartare.
Yeah. And of course, as a cook that's very new in the industry, I wouldn't be very so comfortable with working on the beef at the moment.
Yes.
So, and then we realized, okay, we have tuna in the inventory. Why not make something out of it? So now it's the menu available all throughout the year. So I hope everybody enjoys it, and something to look forward to for sure.
It's delicious. I loved the little pop of pink peppercorns as well as the fresh bite with the dill.
Yeah.
It's super fresh, and I could probably eat that whole thing and be very happy. Delicious. We have some other appetizers on the table, but you mentioned March. So why is March significant? Because I know that Lemmy's has been around since 2021, and you've, Stefan was alluding to the understanding that you guys have kind of tried and evolved and done different things and see what works. Let it be known, Lemmy's is always dog friendly.
Yes.
I think that's how you started, right?
Yeah,
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, we it's a funny story, but we really like this to keep telling people about this story because this came up During the pandemic, of course,
That's
everybody
great.
was.
You guys opened during the pandemic,
Yeah.
2021.
Correct, yeah.
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 And so we had Lemmy that time, and we were trying to look for restaurants so that we can also dine with Lemmy. And it was very difficult. It's very challenging for us to find a restaurant that would really accommodate the dogs, at least inside the restaurant. So every time we go to have our lunch or something, they would ask us to stay outside, which is very uncomfortable for Lemmy, having a short nose. So he has to stay in air condition or properly right temperature, right? So
We're not going to say he's spoiled.
yeah, so one night we just sat down and say, you know what, why don't we put up a pet cafe so that there is a
How funny though. I mean, like you're in the middle of the pandemic, you guys are going out occasionally to go have something to eat.
yeah.
And you're thinking, well, we want to go out and we want our dog to come with us.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Right? And so let's open a restaurant.
Yes. And we thought that there are probably many people like us as well, who
Yeah.
are also dogs and
Yes.
the same problems as us. So they can also join us here and, feel at home as well.
And they did.
And the dogs can socialize and we can socialize with the owners as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's how you meet people, either through your dogs or your kids,
Yes.
right? So as a parent, I would make friends because my kids had friends, and then I would be friends with the parents too. So for parents are the same thing.
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
So you opened it up more catering to families or families with fur babies.
For babies, yeah.
And, the menu, was it French when you first opened up?
We tried to, but eventually the amount of customers consuming the French dishes that we offer, they were looking for a more comforting, more familiar food. So we started introducing Filipino food,
Okay.
Filipino snacks, because anyway, if they come here with their dogs, they don't really come here to eat. They come here so that they could sit with their dogs and socialize with other dogs as well.
Right.
Because people know that if you come here, you will see other dogs as well. So you
Right.
want to socialize with the families and stuff. So we weren't so focused on food, but we were so focused on building a community. So
Right.
for the past 2 years, it's been a community of dogs, of pet owners, and we were really happy about that. But after some time, we realized that there is a bigger potential for this place to cater to a bigger crowd, or, community as well. So that's when we started planning out Lemmy's 2.0. So that was somewhere in December last year. We said, okay, do we push through with this, or do we come up with a new concept? And also, we decided by the end of the year, okay, we close for 2 months. We figure everything out. At the same time, we start renovating.
Yes.
So that is when we reopened in March as Lemmy's 2.0. So it's some sort of a relaunch, catering to a different community. And it was quite challenging for us because, of course, our audience, the existing audience, are only the
They were like,
dogs.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you changing
Yeah,
everything?
But that's why also it happened at least until we came to 2.0 maybe. It came by increments. So in fact we were also we had ideas, but we didn't want also to be dogmatic
Yes.
with what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we're also paying attention to the feedback, to what
Yes.
people want, because ultimately what we wanted to do is to create a crowd that would be happy coming here
Yeah.
and would be a bit part of the family as well in a
the
way.
community,
So
right.
they would own the place in a way when they, when you have a group of people outside there, they literally own the place sometimes
Yes.
for the entire afternoon, for instance, with
Yeah.
a barbecue, for instance. So, so we wanted that vibe to carry on as well. So
Yes.
now it's true that we changed the model a little bit, and I think it's a good evolution.
Yeah.
It goes as well with maybe all that knowledge that we gathered, and also the knowledge that Chris and the crew also picked up along the line. And so now we are also a bit more confident to propose something a little bit more elaborated as well.
Yeah.
But what we want still is to have people to come and discover, so they get to something that they are not used to, obviously, because it's kind of unique. But we want them to appreciate it, and we want them to understand, where it comes from and what is important in terms of food. And we try to push that French touch, of course,
Yes.
of our French culture with food, so that people really fully appreciate the quality. I think Chris didn't mention, but we really are paying a lot of attention to the ingredients to start with. So
Yeah.
the
Right.
raw material has to be perfect as
Right.
well. And we want the people to feel that.
Okay, I think what I'm getting from you is that, when you guys did decide, you didn't want to alienate the people who have been
We are
patronizing
yes.
the restaurant
Yes.
So-
ever since, but you also wanted to introduce something new
Correct.
that was more in line with how you envisioned it to be, or how you envisioned it to evolve.
Yes.
And in doing so, also building the community that you want. When we were talking earlier, I think, Stefan, you said, it's a big enough place and a small enough place that if you're sitting down next to someone, you would say, oh, is this your first time here? It's more of a community space where you can enjoy good food. I think the way we talked about it also, Chris, you said, these are not necessarily quick dishes, but quick in the sense that you'll be eating, you're not waiting for a long
Yeah.
time before you get your dish.
Yeah.
Quality,
Yes.
that is, of course, personal in service and not pricey.
Yes,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
I feel like all of those things, you've captured it. And I'd like to tell the viewers about this appetizer
Yeah.
that we have here. So we'll go ahead and show that to them. And while we're zooming in, tell us what we're looking at,
No,
Chris.
this is just actually a smaller version of the tuna tartare. So
Okay.
an amuse-bouche version, so that as you were saying, we want people, even if you're coming in solo, you feel safe.
Yes.
And you are able to communicate to the rest of the customers that we have, because we want to inculcate like a very friendly bistro whereby you sit alone, and you can walk around, meet new people, and eventually build a community, or build friendship and all that. So we come up with this amuse-bouche version, so that you can hold your food, you can walk around, say hi to people,
Yes.
maybe share it to the new person that you met.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's really building
Yeah.
a sense of community.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that's what we really wanted to do here at Lemmy's.
Okay, guys, so if you want to learn more about Lemmy's Bistro, you can go ahead and follow them on Instagram, Lemmy's Bistro _, and on Facebook, Lemmy's Bistro.
Yes, correct.
But it's very important also, I think, while I'm going to bite this, let's, I guess kind of explain to the viewers. I know you and I were talking about the misconception that maybe it's fine dining, and how people should come and make reservations.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we've been having a lot of customers every single day, but there is a misconception that we want to clear out, that Lemmy's is a very casual, family-run restaurant, and we are not aiming to be labeled as a fine dining. The only reason why we present food as nice as this is to make the food accessible to the Filipino the community, that you come here, you enjoy, but you don't break the bank. You don't have to spend so much.
Right.
So that's the main goal. We want to present food very nicely, but very accessible in terms of price. So yeah, we hope that we clear out that every time we have guests here who comes on a reservation basis, they would really expect something like really fine dining experience. We want to give that kind of experience, but we want to clear it out that it's a casual restaurant. You can be comfortable, you can be carefree, you can talk to your neighbor. I mean,
Yes.
the one sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And all that. So
So there's this new movement where it's like casual fine dining. Would you even say that, or no, more like casual comfort?
I think, well, in fact, the people coming here should tell you that. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
But what also is important to say is sometimes people could be frustrated because they want to maybe book a table on a particular day, or everybody wants to go out at the same time. Now we very often, unfortunately, it's getting full. It's not full because
That's a happy problem, Stefan.
it's a happy problem in a way, but it's also a little bit frustrating sometimes for people who try to book. The reason is also that we don't have, as you can see, it's a small place,
Right.
so it gets full quite easily.
Right.
And we don't want to also put too much pressure. We don't want to put more tables into the space as well, so that those who come really have that experience. So I'm very sorry if people have to wait. But okay, I think it's worth waiting.
It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. So I know we have one more appetizer here,
Yes.
and then we can actually move things along. I know we
Yeah.
have something very special.
go.
If you guys could scratch and sniff the screen right now, you would smell delicious raclette being heated. I know that's coming. This looks like it has a little bit of caviar.
Yeah, this is a salmon version of the amuse-bouche. So it's a straightforward salmon tartare with avocado mousse and a caviar. But definitely, if you ask for that, it's not gonna be super expensive because as we keep on saying, we want good food to be accessible to everybody without feeling insecure and all that.
That's delicious. The briny caviar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Crunch and the avocado. Okay.
Right.
So, I want you guys to see what's going on right next door at the next table, our neighboring table. Stefan, tell us about what's going on over here, because this looks like a very delicious show going on.
Yeah, this is a typical setup for raclette. So this is a raclette cheese. This is something that's coming from the east part of France in the mountainous area, from the Alps.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find it as well maybe in some Swiss restaurant too. But so this is the traditional way where you get the entire cheese on a frame like that, and you just heat it up with a resistance and place it on the cold cut.
And it looks so cheesy, ooey gooey.
Yeah. So it has a very you can smell it. That's
Raclette is pungent. For people who are not familiar with raclette and they walk in, so I'm going to go ahead and
please
share.
You have to have
Do
it
I have
quickly.
to share this with you?
No, you can have it yourself.
I'm
But
kidding.
you have to have it
Of
quick.
course I'll share. Of course I'll share. Can you see that? And it's served with, we had some white wine poured as soon as we were getting ready. So you can see the ooey gooey cheese. I feel like it can slide right off my plate. But I'm excited to have a bite.
Please have.
Okay, so we can have raclette anytime?
Yeah, of
Is this
course,
something, we can come in and say, we just want to have some raclette and wine tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always available in the menu, so you can just freely walk in or.
And for some reason, it became a bit of a signature dish.
Okay.
So I
Well,
think
who
it's
doesn't love
always,
cheese?
Exactly.
happy to
Yeah.
serve this.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll just grab a potato. So, when we first sat down, I know these are all the appetizers and, dishes that anyone can order on the menu.
Yes, yes.
From the a la carte menu.
That's right.
But much of what you do is you also
Set.
have the set menus, right? So we'll just move this all the way down because I think, there we go.
Yeah.
Tell us about the set menus, where you find the inspiration, and how you come up with them.
Oh well, we want to keep the customers exciting. So as much as possible, we come up with set menus so that they don't really have to try everything all at once. But at least if we create a set menu, they can already feel and understand what we are serving at Lemmy's.
And you're curating the experience
We
for
are
that, basically,
yes.
right?
Yes, we are.
So, that experience, you want them, guys, this raclette is so
Super. Yeah.
you want them to feel, you want them to taste a little bit of everything.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
But and at the same time, it needs to be paired with wine as well. So this is a very important point.
Cheers to that.
Yes, cheers. because we choose also the wine relatively carefully so that we are sure that it will get well. Like for instance, here this is a Bourgogne Ligoté white, so it is actually going very well with what we had just earlier with the tuna.
Yeah.
But it also goes very well with the cheese.
This is so good.
Yeah, so at the same time, you can pair it with several dishes. You know, the way French generally choose when they get into a restaurant is, or at least I do.
Okay.
I check first the wine list. I see what's available in the wine list.
Yes.
And then I pick the wine that I want to get, and I choose accordingly my dishes.
Menu.
Yeah.
So I actually back calculate my dishes from the wine I
Based
have
on the
picked.
wine, yeah.
So here we know that people won't do that, or generally don't do this. So it's actually already pre-engineered in a way, so that we have wine that pairs well with what we serve on the menu.
Yeah.
So it's easy also to advise the
Appreciate.
customers on the right thing as well.
Yeah. So
So you choose the wine.
yeah.
Do you
And
work
I-
backwards then? I mean, it starts with his wine.
I mean, we need to think.
Do you do the menu first and then he figures out what wines you like to drink?
That's what
She has to keep it in mind,
Yeah.
what we have on the wine list,
Yeah.
to actually come
Come
up
up with
with the
the
dishes.
main dishes. Yeah. So the inspiration for creating the set menu, as you said, is for customers to try everything all at once. Not everything all at once, but at least experience everything at once with the wine. And at some point, we also introduced the creations of our bartender. So in a set menu, you can actually see, okay, there is an introductory or an intro cocktail, and then
Right.
you have the dishes, and then you have the wine for the main dish, and then a good dessert, or it could also be a dessert wine at the same time.
Oh, fantastic. So for the set menu, you can expect to have a cocktail
That's right.
or a glass of wine or maybe both,
That's
depending on what the inspiration
That's
is
correct.
behind the menu.
Correct.
And then the menu for June, I know the menu for June included steak, which we're going to see,
Yeah.
steak frite in a little bit. And
Yeah.
then, but you had 3 other courses.
Yeah.
Like, so for 2,000 pesos, a set menu, which includes cocktail, wine, steak, and 3 other courses, that's quite affordable.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to match that in the market for sure. Absolutely, yes. And that's also, it was the aim of also doing it this way, because we want as much as possible, as much people as possible to try out and to come in, and they feel that they have value for money as well.
Right.
And they come out with an experience too, you know. So
Right.
This is
And it is about the experience.
correct.
All of
It's
us.
always about the experience
Yes.
wherever we go.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
From the service to the drinks and the cocktails to obviously the food.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. So we eat with our eyes, we eat with our
Yeah.
all the senses. Oh, we have all the different viands here. So I'm excited for you to tell us about this. But, Chris and Stefan mentioned they want you to experience. So guys, there's an opportunity for 5 winners to come in and enjoy. You'll receive, you can dine in worth 2,500 pesos. So that's a GC that you can come in and claim and order. As well as with that, they'll also get a bottle of
Gift box,
wine,
yes.
a gift box,
Gift box.
with wine and signature wine glasses from Lemmy's Bistro, also worth 2,500. So they can come in 5 winners for
Yeah.
5,000 worth of GCs that they can come in and enjoy. 2,500 worth of GCs and 2,500 gift box. Okay, guys, go ahead and download the Rappler app. We want to hear from you. What do you want to try here at Lemmy's in San Antonio, Makati? Maybe you want to meet Lemmy. Bring your puppy over. Maybe you want to bring your fur babies and come and dine. Join the Rappler community. Download the Rappler Communities app. Join the food and travel chat. Tag me I want to hear from you. Tell me about your own fur baby, or tell me about what you would like to try here at this dog-friendly, fresh French restaurant. Okay, so the quality of ingredients, right? We were talking about quality. We were talking about quick. That's served personably with a fair price.
Yeah.
Tell us what we have here, and is this on the menu? You know, a la carte all the time.
Yeah, this is a la carte all the time. But it was featured in our June set menu,
Okay.
Steak a la Bourguignon. This is actually an Argentinian sirloin steak, but it comes with a special sauce. If you've heard about beef Bourguignon,
Yes,
the
that's the
sauce
red
of
wine.
this, that's the red wine stew. And we wanted to present it in a more creative way because people would see beef Bourguignon is like just a regular beef stew, right?
Yes.
So we want something very
A
unique.
little bit elevated.
Yeah.
Stew.
Yeah, that's true. So we present it in a form of a steak.
Yes.
But the sauce that we will be using for this is the sauce that you get from a classic beef bourguignon.
Oh, how nice.
So it's like
Great.
hitting two dishes at one. Yeah.
And the reason also not to do beef bourguignon à la carte is also because since it's a slow cooking.
Yes.
Then unless you ask your order 4
Yes.
hours before the meal comes
Right.
on the table, it's possible. So since we wanted to do it fresh as well. But what we do sometimes as well is that we can, when we cater a group of people coming
Yes.
for...
So you take
we-
caterings. You
in that
can
case-
you can
in that-
close down the whole restaurant.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can do that. In that case, they can say, okay, well, we want something like the beef bourguignon, and then we
Yes.
can actually cook it in the morning
Yeah.
Yes.
so that it comes perfectly well at
Correct.
lunchtime as well.
Yeah.
So are you open for lunch?
But we
when
are-
do you
but-
open?
We are open for lunch every Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, but for weekdays we do it dinner.
Dinner.
Yeah,
And
just
what
to
time
make
does
sure-
dinner start?
Dinner starts at 7 o'clock until
Okay.
12 midnight. That's
Very
not-
European.
I know.
Very
Yeah.
European
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your time.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Even on
No
week-
early bird specials here, guys. You can't come in at 5.
Definitely not. But on weekends we do the real European setup. So we serve lunch, but we close the kitchen at 2 p.m.
Yes.
for the team to take
Yes.
a little bit of rest, and then we reopen for dinner time at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
That's only on weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
So you're open longer. You have the lunch options on the weekends, but
Yes.
for during the week, so Monday through Friday, you're open also at 7, or
we-
do you take Monday off also?
We take Monday and Tuesday off,
Okay.
and then Wednesday to Friday dinner time. But we are exploring on maybe extending, but we hope.
At least, no,
We can
at least
stay tuned
At
for
least
that.
at the moment, if
Yeah.
there is a group coming for whether it is a company, it is
Yeah.
family
Yes.
event or something, and they want that to happen, they can contact us as well. Then we can organize it.
That's true.
Although it's not normally open, but we can.
Yeah, we can.
So
We are
totally
flexible as
open
well.
to private parties,
That's- Yeah,
book
that's right, yeah.
launches, you know, small intimate gatherings,
Yeah.
bridal showers,
That's
even
true,
birthday
yeah.
parties, right?
Yes.
And doggy birthday
And
parties.
exactly, yes.
Definitely.
Right?
Our favorite event.
Which happen as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us what we have on the second dish over here. This looks like a fish
Yeah, this is
with mussels. It's so
With
colorful.
mussels.
Let's just show the camera first.
so yeah.
Leave
So
it
the
down.
team has made a lot of effort
Yeah.
during the R&D to perfect everything, but still gonna be very accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Not very pricey. We just want it really to look pretty. That's all.
Well, it should, right?
To taste
It should
good.
be a
It should
feast.
taste good.
And
Look
taste good,
pretty and you know, be a feast for the senses,
Exactly, yeah.
right?
So this is actually our featured main dish for our set menu for this month, July. So poached fish, specifically cod, and our signature velouté sauce.
Oh, how nice. Explain what a velouté sauce is for people who might not know.
Yeah, velouté is one of the mother sauces, French mother sauces, which is basically a white sauce made of stocks, either chicken or fish stock and all that. So we just incorporate a little bit of flavors. So for this case, we use tarragon, my favorite herb.
Tarragon again.
Yeah, number one, because it's already in the inventory, so why
Right.
not, do it accessible. And For the starch, we use adlai here.
Oh, how nice.
A local
Okay.
adlai, so that we have a little bit of variety in terms of the starch that we offer, and a little bit of carrot puree just to add color. But it's really it really goes well. You have to eat it all at once, so you get the whole experience. Of
So
the
perfect subo.
recipe. Yes.
Perfect subo.
Perfect subo.
All right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited to dig into this steak while I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Tell us about the last viand.
This
on
one
the end
is
of the plate.
actually a chicken confit. As you see, it's really a big portion.
It is a
because
big
we want to
portion.
be generous here, right? So, the inspiration of this is actually the duck confit, but sadly, it's not easily available. I mean, the duck is not really available, or
It's hard.
really
It's hard to get the
find.
duck.
It's
It's hard to get the
find.
duck.
So we find out whatever is easily available from the market. So this is and it's also very friendly. It's chicken, so everybody loves chicken.
Everybody loves
Yeah.
chicken.
So I think this is one of the fastest moving so far since
Okay.
we started. And we've been receiving a lot of feedbacks that it's really tasty. This is very straightforward, no special flavorings, no special additives. This is just pure confit and in garlic and rosemary. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's chicken confit, halibut, cod,
yeah.
poached, and then it's in a
Velouté sauce.
velouté sauce.
Yeah.
And then the steak with a bourguignon.
Bourguignon sauce.
Yes.
Yes.
So
How is it so
something for
called?
everyone. It's so tender. I was also making perfect subo. So the steak is tender. It's delicious.
My
Pop.
God.
For sure. I am sure my kids would enjoy this as Nino would as well.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
So good.
Yes.
Oh, you want the...
So again, guys, if you want to know more about Lemmy's Bistro on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow them, Lemmy's Bistro _ and on Facebook, you can follow them on Lemmy's Bistro. If you want to make reservations, you go ahead and visit lemmysbistro.com // reservations, and you can follow the directions there on how to reserve your table, be it for a small group or for a big group. And be patient because it is worth the wait. And like Stefan said, they do get quite a bit of reservations, but it is worth the wait should you have to wait a little bit. Okay, so we've tried the viands. We've had quite a few appetizers that were all fresh.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and the ingredients that you were sharing, down to the fresh herbs and the inspiration, I find it all comforting, familiar, and of course tasty and delicious. So, how does Lemmy like the food?
He likes a lot of food.
Almost everything. So he's not very picky as a dog. So as much as possible, we control what we give him. But Lemmy is just really every time he sees food, whatever food it is, he just likes to get a bite of it.
Does he have a little bit of table food? Because I know some for parents are, they
Yeah.
don't like to give because it might upset the stomach, but
Yeah.
he can a little bit.
Yeah, actually 100% now. We've trained him to have just the boiled squash.
Oh,
Yeah, so we don't really give him anymore.
that must be good for his coat.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his digestive system is really doing
But I
well.
think what he loves the most is croissant,
Croissant.
in the morning.
So Dad has a
So he
croissant.
comes,
So that's what-
he always comes
Yeah.
with,
Every single
as soon
day.
as he smells the croissant is
Yeah.
getting baked or prepared, he just
Tell me
runs
you
there.
make fresh croissants every morning.
We do. We have
Of course
our own.
you do. Of course
Yeah.
you do.
And I think that's Lemmy's favorite part of the day because every single day he's looking forward to have his breakfast with his dad. They share a croissant together. So I think Lemmy is the only French bulldog having a croissant every single day.
So he's the French bully that has to have his French croissant
every single morning. I find it funny and adorable at the same time.
Yeah, I do as well.
But it's a little bit devastating for him if I'm not there.
Because then he doesn't have his croissant.
It's true.
Because you only make croissants if Stefan is there.
And sometimes
Freshly baked.
sometimes he travels, so there are days that he's not really there for the breakfast, and you can see Lemmy is like, okay, where's my croissant? I wake up, where's my croissant?
And he's looking. Is he pacing back and forth? He's like, Mom, where's my croissant?
He's sniffing. He knows
the butter.
Freshly baked.
He's waiting for the butter.
So if I go very early, what I do is I still cut part of the croissant, put it in his plate. So even if he comes around and he sees
A little
I'm
bit
not there,
later.
Yeah.
he still goes to his plate to check if.
Oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever. That's the cutest thing ever. So we talked about Lemmy's favorite food. Stefan, what's your favorite dish on the menu right now? Because I know that Chris also changes the menu based on what's available,
Yeah.
what's, fresh. If you were going to pick from the menu, what is your favorite?
What I like the most maybe is I love the tuna steak. I love also the mussel tarragon.
Yes.
This is something that when I come here and I eat here, that's very often what I'm taking.
So
I really
go
love
to.
that. Yes.
I think it's perfect with a nice glass of wine as
Absolutely.
well. Like you could just sit and relax and
Yeah, absolutely.
slowly get into your meal.
Yeah, it's
Yes, totally, yes. Yeah. And sometimes you can even have your glass outside, come in, sit down, so you also get slowly into it.
Yeah. Because French meals are meant to be slow
Something that you
and
enjoy. Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
we're not hurrying.
No, that's right, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, we have desserts on the table, and I'm excited to learn about them as well as, learning a little bit more about your trade secrets of running a small restaurant, behind the scenes kind of thing,
Yeah.
what you can share. So tell us about what we have on the table for desserts.
Yeah, this is actually a poached pear.
We can actually leave it right there. We can go ahead so that the camera can focus
yeah.
on it. Yeah, why don't we put it right in the center? And there you go. So tell us about that, because that looks very interesting.
Yeah, I think this is also the crowd favorite at the moment. This is a poached pear. It's foie de rêve, if I pronounce it right.
Foie de rêve, yeah.
Yeah, so
Foie de
it's
rêve.
so inside that is actually a poached pear, which is still crunchy but flavorful, and then we just cover it with a chocolate ganache. So it's just a white chocolate for sure. White chocolate that's mixed with cream to make it a little bit, fluidy. But of course, it takes a lot of time to prepare this because
Yes.
you're gonna have to put it back in the fridge before it's served, because it's supposed to be served cold.
Cold.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not icy. So I hope you enjoy, because everybody, as soon as we serve that, we had one customer actually. Quick trivia: we have one customer who came in here, and as soon as he saw it, just as soon as it was on the table, he actually asked our servers, "JR, can I have a takeaway? Because I want my mom to have it." It's like, you haven't even tasted it. You're
But he
asking.
knew
Yeah,
that
he knew
his
it's gonna
mom
be-
would. So I want to
That's
show
true.
the viewers. You can see the pear is perfectly poached,
Yeah.
and then the chocolate
Chocolate
dome,
ganache,
the
yeah.
ganache dome that is there. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here on my my plate. But I'm excited to try this. So he took it out before he even tried it.
That's true. That's true. I'm
fun.
really surprised, but he's really a returning customer, and I'm really happy about that. So he was here even before we went viral. So you know that he's really a loyal customer, a returning customer, and I'm really happy about all the feedbacks that he's giving us. Super. That's a raspberry coulis. Yeah.
The creamy sweet chocolate ganache, the raspberry coulis, and the pear that's poached. It's still a bit firm,
Yeah.
and it has the crumble. There's crumbles
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yummy. Now I know why he took it out.
I know.
Now I know why he took it out. And then the other dessert that we have, we can leave it right there and just let the viewers
Yeah.
take a look and see, because it's so interesting in presentation.
Yeah. But in reality, this is just a deconstructed turon. So yeah, we just wanted it to, you know, to look fancy and enticing. But if you know Turon, this is a Filipino comfort dessert. So it's a go-to dessert. So we just really had to deconstruct it, present it more unique, I think. And yeah, it's also like really appreciated by our customers, especially the kids. We were surprised because I mean, we were supposed to offer this to the adults to realize that this is a deconstructed Turon, but actually the kids were craving more of this. So it was one Sunday we had a family and a kid with them. And he immediately finished the dessert and he was screaming, "Oh, can I have one more of this?"
So he loves it. I love those little stories of your customers who come in and they're just so fond of everything.
Super, yeah.
Either taking it home for mom or asking for seconds.
Yeah.
And you know, if a kid asks for seconds, it's not faking. He really wants the seconds. So you have the caramelized bananas, the makupuno, the crispy wontons, and then, you know,
ice cream.
What kind of ice cream
This is
are you serving?
avocado ice cream.
Perfect.
Yes.
So super delicious, deconstructed. I am sure I'm going to dig into that in a little bit. But before I do, I want you guys to go ahead and give a follow to Lemmy's Bistro _ on Instagram and Lemmy's Bistro on Facebook. Go ahead and download the Raclette Communities app. Be sure to join the food and travel conversation. We want to hear from you guys. Remember, you have to engage us to be able to come down and try all of these delicious dishes as well. Lemmy has been very generous. For 5 winners, they can come in and claim 2,500 pesos worth of GCs that they can dine in, as well as the gift box. I think we have the gift box that we can share. Maybe we can stand right here so we can, what's your name?
JR.
JR, thank you. Let's show everybody. How pretty is this? You get a nice bottle of, this looks like a red. Will the bottles be the same or just all different?
This will be the actual bottle that we will be giving
Okay.
them.
That looks
And,
like a nice one. Maybe you could tell us about it.
This
Yeah,
our
this
dish.
is one of our hand-picked wine as well. So this is coming from France, from Ardèche, and this is one of the wine that goes very well with
Almost
red
everything.
meat. Goes very, very well as well with veggies in general.
Okay.
And so it is one of.
So it's a
our
little bit
wines
lighter
with-
then.
Yes.
No?
And it's a very good quality wine. So this is something that we serve since a long time, actually, in the bistro as well,
The most friendly red wine.
and that we drink at home.
Is this what we're drinking now?
No, this is
No,
actually
this is a different one.
This is a different one. This is a one from Bordeaux.
Bordeaux,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Ah, okay. All right. Well,
But this is
cheers.
also, but this is also hand-picked. I mean, this is also coming from our
sorry.
importer.
That's okay.
And so this is a wine that is very near the Margaux area in the Haut-Médoc, and in fact, so the property is in the Haut-Médoc, which is actually really high-end. But this is one of the affordable production that they do. We wouldn't be able probably to sell the highest end production from Haut-Médoc, but this is a nice production from them.
Both wines are very good. I enjoyed the white earlier, and you know, this particular one as well from
Yeah.
Bordeaux. So, guys, this has been such a lovely visit with you here at Lemmy's Bistro and Aperó Bar. I can't wait to come back, but before we do, maybe there's some things you have coming up that you want to let everybody know before we go into the rapid fire questions. I know you're talking about some community events and different things that people can look out for when they're following the Facebook and Instagram accounts.
Well, yeah, we just want to invite you to try out Lemmy's Bistro and Aperó Bar. At the moment, we are on a reservations only, so please do visit our website, reservations. And yeah, just we want you to know that every single day we improve our services, our food based on our feedbacks. And we want to tell everybody that every single month we will be changing the set menu, so something to look forward to. If you don't get a booking for this month, July, well, you can always book for August, but it will definitely be something very surprising. New menus will be presented before the month ends, so at least you know what to expect when
Yes.
you book the reservations.
Fantastic. And then some cultural events that you guys have coming up. I know you have some things planned. They might not be completely solidified yet, but you do want to do some cultural things.
That's true.
Yes,
French
in fact, we want to
in
exchange.
nature?
Not necessarily French, also
Okay.
also local. But what we want is to really create a space where people with some ideas, whether it is cultural as of like painting, or it can be also books,
Book
for instance.
launching, yeah.
We'd like to do book launching. We haven't done it
Wonderful.
yet.
Yeah.
We used to do sometimes showing documentaries as well downstairs.
okay.
So when in the weekend we are keeping it a little bit later,
Yeah.
and we would show a documentary so that people could also think about it or exchange. So
Opinions.
maybe some classic movies.
Arts and
And
culture.
so we want to have the people to exchange and
Of
to
course.
and to
This is the interaction.
yes, and to really interact, to understand the way that we think, the maybe the what they want to express as well from the local culture. So we're learning a lot. So we want people to be curious, not only about the food, but curious in general. Because I
Yes.
think this is also probably our signature, is the fact
Yeah.
that we are very curious.
Yes.
And so we want it shown on everything we do.
Yeah.
Learner centered. So I love that. And being curious is very good. It's actually one of the better qualities, asking questions and being inquisitive. Okay, so speaking of those questions, these next questions we ask really fast. You guys, whoever answers, we can just go ahead and move forward. Who shaped your relationship with food?
Him.
I had a feeling you might say that. How about you, Stefan?
Well, I think it's I've been, an expat as well for a very long time. So I've lived in very different countries. So I think it's all that, lifelong, experience that made me,
Be interested
into food and
Excellent.
fusion food.
Excellent, excellent. Favorite food as a kid?
adobo.
Still your favorite?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I love
Like,
adobo. Stefan, favorite food as
I
a
think
kid?
it was my mom's food.
Oh.
What
Whatever.
dish? Anything?
Well, we had the Sunday chicken and fries, which I absolutely loved.
Okay. Favorite cuisine as an adult?
French. No questions
French,
asked.
but we love also. I love Thai food.
Yeah, Thai.
I love
all the flavors of
Asian
Thai.
flavors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it depends on the mood as well. So,
Of course.
Yeah.
Favorite dish to prepare?
The steak, for sure. Easy.
Okay. Favorite food guru?
Just him, because he's my QA.
Oh, that's so sweet. What a team. Favorite hobby when not in the resto? Maybe doing something with Lemmy.
Play with Lemmy, definitely.
Yes. Spend
So
time.
we love reading as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Music in the kitchen? Yes or no?
No,
No.
I want to focus.
Okay.
But music everywhere else.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
We love rock music. We love jazz. We love
Yeah.
something alive.
Takeout or dine in?
Dine in.
Yes, that.
Dine in. Two foods that go together but don't go together.
For me, wine and adobo. I do it a lot.
That's okay. Wine goes with everything. Any kitchen or dining accessory that you collect?
Wine glasses.
Nice. Yeah.
Because we break a lot.
Okay.
I keep on buying.
You're on the sofa watching a movie. What's on your snack board?
Wine, honestly.
Ideally, yeah, wine for sure. And maybe a cold cut. Nice
cut,
cheese with
cheese.
some copper or some nice.
That's it, yeah.
Yes, that's good enough. Yes.
Okay. And then cocktails or wine?
Wine.
Yes, wine as well.
Red or white?
Red.
Both.
Cheese or cold cuts?
Cheese.
Yeah, cheese. Yeah.
Mussels or tarragon mussels confit or tuna pepper steak?
Tarragon. Mussels confit.
Too
Because
hard of a
it's my-
choice.
Too hard of a both.
Oh.
You choose
Hard
both
choice.
again.
Yeah, love
He
both.
likes them both. Classic tuna tartare or salmon tostada with caviar.
The one with caviar, for sure.
Well, it depends on the mood.
Yes.
The salmon tostada was really good. Poached cod or steak free?
Poached cod. My new favorite.
garlic rosemary confit or salmon steak?
Rosemary confit.
More than salmon steak. But
Salmon steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banana royale or pork
The
de rêve?
This is the winner for me, but for the
It's really good. I didn't try
Depends
the
on
other
the
one, but I
mood.
would
Depends on the mood.
definitely say this is delicious. So would you go more fancy or cozy?
cozy.
we want to be cozy.
We want to be cozy. We can be extra and cozy.
That's
You
right.
can be-
Extra.
But if you come for a date or something here, people can have their fancy time
There
as well.
can be, of course. And this is the last question. I'm really curious to see which you guys choose. 95% of our guests choose one over the other. Tapa or tocino?
I'm Filipina. I always go for the sweet one. So tocino.
I'll be more on tapas.
Tapa.
That's maybe why
Yes.
we complement
Yeah, we
each other.
complement. Yeah.
Right, so you're with the 5% that chooses
Oh,
tocino.
no.
Everybody chooses tapa. And that's it. Guys, that's a wrap here at Lemy's Bistro and Aperó Bar. If you want to come down, go ahead and make reservations at lemysbistro.com/reservations and go ahead and give them a follow. Guys, go ahead and download that Rappler Communities app. Join the conversation for food and travel and tell us what you're looking forward to trying. What you're looking forward to trying. And I only had a sip of wine. All right, guys, that's a wrap for us. As always, keep cooking, keep sharing, and keep safe. See you soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going for the white.
Cheers.
Cheers.